right, good evening, Professor Cycle and Professor Handy. Again, my name is Lucy Kellogg. This is my husband, Greg, who again will be serving as my patient today, or acting as my patient today. He's a good volunteer. Now I'd like to perform a bedside evaluation on you, Greg. And as with the prior OMD assessment, at this point I've already taken your case history, okay? And as I perform this oral exam, I'm going to be giving you some instructions, and you just basically wait to do something until I tell you to. Okay. Earlier while I was taking your case history, I had observed to see if there's any signs of weaknesses, drooling, or presence of any problems with your teeth, and I didn't see any. And from our case history, I found out that you don't wear any dentures. So that's how we're going to proceed from that point. Okay, this time I'm going to be checking your velum, Greg. And basically your soft palate, and I am going to have you say ah, but tilt your head backwards just like yesterday, and go ahead and say ah.
Ah.
Thank you. I can see that your velum elevated nicely when you said ah, and that's a good sign. And I also didn't hear any gurgly sounds when you said ah, and the strength of your phonation sounded good, and you didn't sound breathy. Okay, the next thing I'd like to do is basically just examine your mouth. I'm going to have you open your mouth. Go ahead. Oops, I'm sorry. Go ahead and open your mouth again. Okay. Like earlier, I said that you don't wear any dentures and your mouth looks good. I don't also see any phlegm or mucus coating that needs to be removed in your mouth or your throat. So we're ready to proceed. Next thing I'm going to have you do is basically have you move your tongue around and just move it based upon my instructions. First thing I'd like you to do is stick out your tongue. Okay, I'd have you move it to the right, to the left, up, down. Again, stick that tongue out. Okay, good. Now you can bring your tongue in. And can you kindly retract your lips like this? Good. Can you purse your lips? Good. It looks like you've got good oral strength and range of motion. Next thing I'd like to do is observe the strength of your phonation. Go ahead and say ah.
Ah.
Okay. I didn't hear any phlegm-like sounds. And next thing I'd like you to do is cough for me, please. Okay, that cough sounded brisk and strong, and that's a good sign. Okay. Next thing I'm going to have you do is basically do a dry swallow, and what that means is instead of swallowing after, drinking from a cup or something, I'm just going to pretty much have you swallow your saliva, okay? And you'll notice, like yesterday, I will have my hand on your neck just so that I can feel your swallow. And if you don't mind, when you're ready, go ahead and swallow. Okay. And go ahead and say ah.
Ah.
Okay. When you swallowed, I felt your larynx elevate, and your swallow was brisk, and also felt your tongue base retract. Let's do that again. Okay, I'll have you swallow again. Okay, and that swallow took about 2 to 3 seconds, which is a normal swallow. Next thing I'm going to have you do is basically follow some instructions, but wait to do them in sequence until I will give you some instructions, and I want you to do them at the end after I give them to you, and do them in order of how I tell you, okay? I want you to go ahead and touch your shoulder, then your nose, then the table. Go ahead. Good job. Okay. The next thing I'd like to do is present food and liquid